Hey Mom, it's Dan again. Figured I'd stop back once again this week. So hope you're doing good. The weather here is pretty bad. It's snowy and cold. So I hope you're doing warm there. And so how you been this week? You're looking pretty good. I've had a pretty busy week here this week. Family's good. I'll try to post up some pictures of the family. So this morning I saw some kids at the bus stop. That reminded me of something you did one time, and I don't know if you remember this. You probably might, you might not. But there was one time in school I forgot homework at the house, and the teacher thought I was, pulling his leg, so he called you, and he just wanted to verify you did it. And you're like, you know what? His notebook's here, and yeah, he did it. I'll bring it to you if I need to prove that he did his homework. But the problem is we only had one car. Dad was at work and he had the car with him, and it was the middle of the day. So I was at school, we have one car. So how are you gonna get my backpack to me at school? You were gonna walk. It's 5 miles. So you were gonna walk, and you said, well, and this is what brought this up. You were getting everything ready, packed up, and you were on the way out the door and the phone rang. And it was the teacher. And he said, Mrs. Frio, something prompted me to call you, but do you have a way to get to school? And you were like, no, I was just going to walk. We live in Highland Hills, and it's only, 5 miles away. And he's like, you don't have to do that. I take your word for it. I trust that you're a lady of her word. And if Dan did his homework and you're vouching for it, then Dan did his homework. And when I got home, you told me of this story, and I was like, you were going to walk from our house all the way to school and back just to prove that I did my homework. And I was like, that's crazy. So I was just calling today just to say thank you. That kind of popped in my head today when I saw some school kids out there. So if you're sitting next to my mom, you might have some stories like this. Bring it up to the person next to you. Talk about those older days when you did some things, or maybe you got a phone call that was just out of the blue and you're like, wow, that was at perfect timing. So Mom, like you always said, keep the faith, and I always have, and you always have as well. So hope you're doing well this week. I'll be back next week, but it's cold here. I hope you're staying warm. Even if it's 80 degrees there, you're probably still cold. But hope you're having a great week. I'll see you next week. And if you're out there with my mom, or you're at a place where you're just feeling a little lonely, put some comments down there below. You might not know, but I might even just reach out to you personally and just say, hi, could we chat, or do you have any prayers that we can put out there for you? So, Mom, I just want to say thank you, like I said, every week. And I want to leave it at this, and we're going to leave it this way every time because you taught me this one as well. So every time I left my mom, she lives in West Virginia. I moved to Chicago when I was 23 years old. I got married and moved to Chicago in a whim, and my mom said, you know what, you'll do fantastic. So thanks Mom, for sticking with me, having the faith, and like we always end it, I love you to pieces. I always do, I always will, and I'm always here for you. So I'm just a phone call, text, or an email away for you. If you need some help, or if you're out there with my mom, please bring up some conversations of old times, talk some things, maybe call a friend if you haven't talked to them in a long time, or leave a prayer request down below. Love to include you in any of my prayers in the evenings. I can only do it, by myself, but if you guys want to join me with some prayer thoughts down there, please join us. But other than that, Mom, love you to pieces. I'll be back next week. Maybe, who knows what we'll talk about then. Maybe somebody will give us some ideas down below. So until next time, I love you. See you later. Bye-bye.